Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. You guys, I have a really fun video for you guys today. So before I start, if you're new to the channel, you're wondering why is there fall leaves behind you? Because it's fall in my house, July, August, September, and October, honey. And then November 1st, it's Christmas, so that's why. We start fall really early on this channel, so welcome, like and subscribe. Okay, you guys, this is a really fun video. So this is gonna be basically my review of 2018 and why it was the most iconic year in YouTube's history. And why we're probably not going to ever have a year like that ever again. I know it's kind of negative, but it's true. Like with the rise of TikTok and YouTube losing its relevance and the views down on people's channels, and all these YouTubers I'm going to talk about are, compared to how they used to be, are kind of irrelevant, with a few exceptions, which we'll talk about. And yeah, we're going to get into it. I just don't think that'll ever come again, unless TikTok gets banned and like everyone comes back to YouTube. Maybe there'll be some new YouTube stars, but these people that I want to talk about are so dysfunctional, narcissistic, and psychopathic that like their entertainment value is so up there that I don't know if we're gonna find another band of misfits like that again. But you never know. You never know. Anyway, you guys, thank you for subscribing and liking. Let's get into this video. So we're gonna talk about each person I have listed here, and how they contributed to the iconicness of 2018. Whether we like them or not, we're gonna talk about their pros and cons, and most of their were pros at the time because we didn't realize until years later how bad they really were. Okay, but everyone has a different little story, as you know. And let me know in the comments below what you think of these YouTubers then, now, and do you agree with me? And if you have anything to add, leave a comment down below. Okay. Okay. Whew. So we can't. But I'm looking at my notes in case you're wondering what I'm looking down here. Okay. So, we can't talk about 2018 without talking about, in my opinion, the king of YouTube of 2018, and that is Shane Dawson. And the reason I'm rolling my eyes is because now he is irrelevant. And before you come for me, Shane Dawson fans, no, he has a podcast and he still does videos. Yes, but the views compared to what he was getting in 2018, the relevancy, he's so hated by most people, except for his loyal minions. I'm sorry. Your minions, girl. Because, okay, you can like Shane Dawson, fine, if you want. I'm talking about now. I don't know why, but you can if you want. But to still stick with him and pretend that everything he did was not a big deal, the fuck, and saying he changed, the fuck, no he didn't. He just tried to cover it up and didn't do a really good job of covering it up, honey. Oh, girl. But yeah. Okay, but anyway, this is gonna be a long video, girl. So definitely get a snack for this one. Okay, a big snack. Maybe some chips and salsa. I love chips and salsa, you guys. I really do. Okay. Anyway, so 2018, Shane Dawson. We all thought he was an empath. We all thought he could do no wrong. He was the Oprah of YouTube. Remember this? This is back then. This is we're going way back. Way back. Yeah, before we knew how horrific of a psychopath Shane Dawson really is and was and will always be. Okay. Before the podcast, this is right after he ended that first podcast, which came to bit him in the ass a couple years later, girl. Those creepy ass clips of him talking about gross, disgusting. Okay, anyway, whatever. Anyway, so Shane Dawson was the king of the world. Him and his band of friends, Garrett Watts, lovable nerd who loved Harry Potter. We love Garrett. He's still doing really well now on his own channel. And Andrew Suwaki? Whatever his name is. All I know is he was redhead and he was hot, okay? And he had that great laugh behind the scenes that we all loved. Andrew was his cameraman. He helped him edit his videos. And we had Morgan Adams, who at the time, okay, in the beginning I didn't like her, but then I began to like her in Shane's videos, not outside the video, I'm sorry. Her channel, I cannot with that, just, girl, I can't. But, in the group, at the time, I grew to like her. I think she added something to the little dynamic of the group. Fair enough, okay. So we had Shane, we had Andrew, we had Garrett, Drew Monson. He was like booted out of the group because he was going through his own issues, and you know how Shane is. When you're no longer useful to him, he's like, bye girl, because Shane pretends to be an empath, but really he's a narcissistic, selfish piece of shit. Anyways. Oh my god, okay. So then we had Rylan Adams. Okay, now he was only relevant because of Shane, and he still is. Well, is he even relevant now? But anyway, so he was relevant at the time because of Shane Dawson, because they were dating. They hadn't gotten engaged until 2019, so they were still dating for about a couple years. And Rylan was just an annoying little guy who, like, okay, we love Shane, so we'll deal with Rylan Adams. He was just really annoying. I know he has his fans. Again, don't know why you're a fan of him, but hey, to each their own, girl. But anyway, so Rylan had his fans. But maybe like 5 or 10? No, I'm kidding. No, he had his fans. Mostly because they're like, oh, we subscribe to Shane, might as well subscribe to Rylan. Because honestly, people who subscribed to Rylan at the time only subscribed because they could see Shane here and there in his videos. Otherwise, it was just Rylan by itself, girl. Would anybody care? And the answer is no. Okay. So anyway, so the Rylan channel was booming because of Shane. And yeah, by the way, this is really off topic. Well, not really off topic because this is about Rylan, but every time Rylan says Luke instead of look, it annoys the shit out of me. Even if I live for the whole Luke thing instead of Luke. Okay, so basically, like, instead of saying, do you like my new look? Rylan always used to say, do you like my new Luke? Now, okay, it's kind of cute, but the way he said it, maybe because I don't like him, but like the way he said it made it like so super cringe. Like, you're gonna say Luke instead of look, like if I said it, it'd be kind of cute because I'm like super cute and sassy. Hey. But like when he says it, it's like ooh, it's cringe. It's like oh, it's like ooh. It's like nausea. Hi, you know what I mean? It's not really cute. But yeah, I know I'm a bitch. Sorry, I just who I am. It's who I am, girl. Okay, you guys. So Shane channel was popping. He was going viral like crazy, because of all the docuseries and and I was almost a controversy. No, that was a couple years later, girl. But the conspiracy theories. So his conspiracy theories, he would have his little ugly, boring shirt he would wear that he would never wash. You know, the ugly red one he would wear with the sleeve. Ooh, girl. Ooh. Anyway, so Shane wore that, and then he would be like, "Hey guys, I'm back with the conspiracy theory." Oh my god! But I'm not gonna lie, his conspiracy theories videos at the time were giving what they needed to give. They were. And another thing I want to say, I know I've been bad-mouthing him, but I'm going to give Shane his props at the time. Everyone likes to look back and say, oh, his content sucked. His docuseries sucked. I'm sorry. That content was his best content. Maybe that's not saying a lot. But, hi, backhanded compliment. How are ya? Anyway, no, but I loved his docuseries. I really, really did. And I still do. Like, I still rewatch them to this day. Like, the Jake one. And we're going to talk about Graveyard Girl and Jake and Tana. They're going to get a little moment in this video. So, just wait. But anyway, he did a docuseries and Joey Star and all these people. And they were really, really good. And I rewatched them like maybe 3, 4, 5 times each. It was like, they're just long vlogs. I can see where you're coming with that idea, but no, they're docuseries in my opinion, and they're really, really good. Now, they're not Academy Award-winning docuseries, fuck no, but they're really good. They hold up today, in my personal opinion. Were they intellectual? Did they actually get answers? Fuck no. But they did sway people's opinions at the time, and we're gonna get into all that in the video. And they did what they were made to do. So, and they were highly entertaining, in my personal opinion. Okay, so that's my little praise of him. The only praise you're gonna get of him because, yeah. Anyway, just say. Okay, so because of his docuseries that went viral, because of the controversial people that he tried to redeem, and his conspiracy theories, which were cringe, but kind of pretty good, not gonna lie, his channel went viral, and we talked about Shane Dawson non-stop in 2018. Yeah. Okay, so let me cross off the list. Shane and Friends, docuseries and conspiracies. Oh, and a little update. Obviously, we know now that Garrett Watts and Andrew are still friends, and they still produce content on Garrett Watts' channel, so they're still doing good. Morgan has her own channel. I don't watch it, but she's still thriving on her own. Good for her. Rylan made a new channel, and Shane does his podcast, which I hate, with Rylan, and then Rylan does his podcast with, I always forget her name, that irrelevant redhead that he's always with, that annoying girl, but whatever. So Rylan's with her, and they do their own podcast, The Sip, but then that's boring and even worse than the Shane Dawson one. But are they thriving? If you want to call it thriving, I guess I would call it the road to irrelevancy, if not already arrived at the destination of irrelevant. But whatever, tease their own. Anyway, so Shane friends. I'm talking about Shane and Ryland, not Garrett and Andrew. Just saying. I would never shade Garrett and Andrew. Would I? No. Okay. Now we have to go to Jeffree Star, of course, because when we weren't watching Shane Dawson's videos in 2018, we were wondering what makeup product was Jeffree Star approved, okay? We loved Jeffree Star's channel for many, many reasons, okay? First, that his reviews were amazing because at the time we thought, and still now, he couldn't be bought. He was a multi-millionaire, self-made. He had his own makeup brand. And Jeffree Star would buy his own product, or if it wasn't for free, he would tell the truth because he wouldn't care if he was off a PR list. You want to keep up the PR list? Who cares? Like the Kylie brush set, he talked, not shit, tell the truth about the Kylie brush set in 2017, and then he got kicked off the list a few months later, and he was like, I don't give a fuck, girl, bye. You know what I mean? And we loved it about Jeffree. He was like that villain you love to hate at the time. Of course, a lot of people a few years later ended up hating him, not loving to hate him. Me with Jeffree, I love his makeup. I still buy it. I still love it. Sorry, I'm just being honest. I still have his shit all over the place. But do I think he's a villain? Of course. Do I want to be Jeffree Star's friend? Hell no. Is he a despicable person? Hell yes. Is he a psychopath? Probably. But I love his makeup products. And that's just my personal opinion. I can separate the two. A lot of people can't, and that's totally fine. A lot of people couldn't separate the two. And they are just over Jeffree Star completely, and they just canceled him, and that's fine. And he's canceled off YouTube. But of course, he's thriving on TikTok and all that stuff like that. His brand's doing all right now, better than it was a couple years ago. I'm talking about Jeffree, obviously. And yeah, but anyway, at the time, he was the king of the world. His channel was going crazy, crazy. And then, of course, the collab with Shane Dawson and the docuseries Shane Dawson did on him. He gained millions and millions of subscribers, and his views, I mean, he went viral, and his reviews were a must-see. His launches did really well. Blood Sugar was the palette of the year. I mean, he kept restocking Blood Sugar, and it kept being sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out. I mean, Jeffree was the king of the world, makeup-wise. And, of course, Dramageddon won, which everyone felt bad about Jeffree because his ex-friends, I forgot his name now. Gabriel Zamora. Him, Manny, Laura, all did the whole middle finger and you know the whole story. We don't have to go into that. They did the middle finger. Gabriel posted it, and bitch is bitter because without us, bitch is bitter because without him we're doing better or something like that. Girl. Gabriel talking shit about Jeffree being a mean girl, when Gabriel is the biggest mean girl of all time. Goodbye. Now I know, the racism thing, all that stuff like that. Fair enough. But I'm just saying, the whole mean girl thing, I mean, they were all mean girls. You think Manny wasn't a mean girl? You think, Laura was a racist too. Those tweets came out those old tweets of Laura's, honey. And then everything went to crazy. And then we had Dramageddon 1. And the reason I'm talking about Dramageddon 1 because it involves Jeffree Star and the beauty community. And we all talked about that. August of 2018, we talked about the Dramageddon 1. And we were waiting for Gabriel to make a video, and Manny to make his videos, and Laura's fake apology with her fake crying. Girl, bad. Not a tear shed, girl. I mean, Laura, and her brand failed. She got kicked out of Ulta, and we know she couldn't be an actress because she couldn't even fake cry on camera, girl. Anyway, so all that drama happened, and it was must-see TV. It was so good. It was like, we were glued to the screen. So we had the Shane Dawson thing, we had Ron Adams, and then we had all that mess in the beauty community, keeping us drama filled and captivated. I always feel like this is like bed, but it's not. Okay, the camera. Okay. So yeah, now we have to talk about Trisha Paytas and Jason Nash. So we weren't talking about the drama scandals in the beauty community. Jeffree Star and his sassy reviews and his sassy Snapchat rants, and Shane Dawson and his group of friends exploring haunted places and doing docuseries. We were talking about Trisha Paytas, and this all goes together. We'll talk about the Vlog Squad next. Girl, okay. But Trisha Paytas on her own. Now, Trisha's been around for years, but 2018, her channel was a little bit stagnant for a year or two, and then her and Shane collabed again. She got more, people were like, okay, let's give Trisha another chance. Then her drive-through mukbangs became really, really big, got millions of views each. Then she joined the vlog squad, and because she was in David's videos, millions of people came and subscribed to her again, and found her again, and more people found her, and then her and Jason. Now that relationship is like the Titanic. You can't help but stare at it. It's a train wreck. It's like, you couldn't stop talking about it. We all talked about Trisha and Jason. Obviously Trisha and Shane, I'm done. Trisha and Jason, Nash. You have Jason Nash, 45-year-old dad who looks worn out and crazy because he can't support his family, so he has to be David Dobrik's bitch, still is, okay, and will always will be, in order to support his kids. And he used Trisha Paytas, led her on, that's what he did, he led her on, saying, oh, I don't know if I want to ever get married, I don't even know if I want kids, giving her a little bit of breadcrumbs so she keeps staying with him. Meanwhile, Jason never wanted to get married at the time, didn't want more kids. They broke up about 17 times. There was a huge Trisha Paytas iconic video in which she wore the gray hoodie and she was like, he broke up with me because I'm too fat. Almost 10 million views that video got. You know, so we were all talking about it. David used it to get more vlogs. I mean, it was just, yeah. So anyway, we have Trisha and Jason. We all talked about them. So they, and like I said, this is all why 2018 was so iconic, because all these troubled people were so train wrecky, we couldn't stop talking about it. And you know, it was just, when are we gonna get this again? When? We're probably not. TikTok isn't the same. It just isn't, girl. It isn't, girl. Let's bring back the train wreck YouTube again. It was so much fun. Please. It was fun. I want that back again. Enough of this ticky-tacky boringness. Okay, anyway, guys. So we have Trisha Paytas, Jason Nash. Okay. So, iconic. And they, of course, you know, the deal with that. They end up breaking up, and, you know. Yeah, of course, Sherry Star got canceled a few years later, and whatever. He's irrelevant on YouTube, but he's on TikTok being big. And Trisha's still relevant. I mean, she's had about more lives than a cat, girl. She's been canceled, uncanceled, canceled, canceled. Now everyone loves Trisha Paytas. I don't get it. I find her very kind of, I know everyone says she's changed. I don't know. Personally, I think in my opinion, Trisha stopped trolling because she didn't need to troll anymore. She had Moses. She finally got everything she wanted, which was something to live for. You know, her child. She had a husband she always wanted. She wanted love and to be a mother. And when she got that, she didn't need to troll anymore. So I think that if Moses and her ever divorce or her kids get older and she gets bored again, she'll start trolling again. She doesn't care. So I don't think that's really changing. I think she just kind of like, she's a brat who got everything she wanted, and then she's like, okay, whatever, I don't need to troll anymore. But if she ever needed to troll anymore, she would. So that's not really changing in my personal opinion, but if everyone thinks she's fine, then that's your prerogative. But I don't think a leopard ever changes his or her spots, and that's just my opinion on that. So anyway, next is David Dobrik. So David Dobrik, of course, was a former Viner, and then he became huge on YouTube, especially in 2018. His channel got huge, and of course he helped Trisha became kind of more relevant again, and Jason, and he was just like, at the time, he was just like relatable, everyday guy who just kind of put his friends in vlogs, but we all found out later that he was secretly manipulating them into doing horrible things just to get views, and then like there was this weird cult like mentality with the group. But anyway, but David was really popular in 2018 because it was Vlog Squad and his group, and his vlogs got really viral and all that kind of stuff. So there's David Dobrik. There's something weird about him too, right? Well, obviously he's a psychopath. But anyway, James Charles. I hate talking about him because I just despise him. At least these people, I kind of find some entertainment value in them, but James Charles, I never got the gig. I never got it. The Hi Sisters, that annoyed the hell out of me. His voice, his personality, his mannerisms, his face just makes me want to like, ugh, I just don't like him. And like, even before we knew he was horrible, you know, all the shit with all the underage, you know, him and, you know, going into underage boys, you know, DMs and trying to like, you know, hit on them, allegedly, but is it allegedly though? It's all been proven. And he even admitted it, but then he put an apology up and he took it down, which means it's null and void. So is he really even sorry? And he keeps doing it over and over again. Anyway, So even before that, I just found him really obnoxious and annoying and unsettling to watch anyway. And the way he like licked Jeffrey's ass after talking shit about him because Jeffrey was really popular, and none of it worked for me. It was a no. I can tolerate James if he's with Tana or Jeffrey like in a collab, or Shane, but by himself I could never watch his channel. So that's just James. But he was really relevant. He was exploding with his subscribers, and of course the Morphe collab he did was massive, and that palette, I didn't like the palette either, so but people liked him, so I have to talk about him. That he was huge in 2018, huge, and we all know what happened after that. He got canceled in 2019, and then he got uncanceled, and he got recanceled 2 years later, and then now he's still canceled on YouTube, but he's thriving on TikTok, and his brand's doing okay. I still think his brand is, I will say the palette he came out with, the second one, the canvas, I think one, that one's kind of cute, but it's just kind of whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like the guy. Never have, never will. Okay, that's James Charles. Okay, Tana Mongeau. So 2018, you can't think about that year, of course, without thinking about two things: Tana Mongeau, TanaCon, her documentary with Jeffree Star, with Shane Dawson, with Jeffree Star. Well, they did collab a few months earlier. Remember they did the mukbang with James Charles, Tana, and Jeffree. That mukbang is so good. The Jack in the Box one is so good. That was a good collab. Anyway, but no, the documentary with Shane, that her redemption arc for the whole TanaCon thing, and we all know what happened with TanaCon. She was arrogant. She thought she could do something better than VidCon, and she got screwed over with that Michael Weiss guy. But it was her fault too, because she really wasn't really putting her heart into it and planning it, and she thought she could do this, but she really couldn't, and she flopped. And then she was seen partying right after that night, the same night that it all went down, and then she basically, Shane doesn't have to come and save the day, and he did. People kind of forgave her, sort of, and she had a redemption arc, sort of, with the documentary, the TanaCon thing with Shane, and so she was talked about. She was big, maybe for the wrong reasons, but she was talked about in 2018. So she made it iconic, as TanaCon was an iconic event because it was talked about. Obviously, it's horrible what happened. Everyone waiting out there having sunburns, and anyway, it was horrible, but it was iconic. The whole, just the iconic. It was iconic in a bad way, but it was iconic. The whole thing. Okay. So anyway, TanaCon, Tana Mongeau. Okay, Graveyard Girl. She became relevant again because Shane Dawson and his friends all went to Texas, and they ended up showing a different side of Graveyard Girl that she hadn't shown in her videos. Graveyard Girl had kind of done the whole wacky thing, and she didn't really show her real self in her videos anymore, and her subscribers got tired of her same antics, so they left. Her channel became your channel was dying. Well, not really dying, but sorta, yeah. It was dying, girl. It was, let's be honest, at the time, and it still is now. Anyway, no shade. I like Graveyard Girl, but the whole fake personality she always puts on, like, hey everybody! That's just so unreal and not her. If she was just herself in her videos, like just chill and herself and branched out and did other things rather than just the same unboxing stupid shit no one cares about, maybe her channel wouldn't be dying anymore. Maybe she'd be still irrelevant, but she's not. And she didn't follow Shannon's advice because she just wants to do the same thing all the time. So, and she cried about it, and she said she wasn't Graveyard Girl Part 2 enough, and then she wasn't, and people left, and people got tired of her because they thought that she wasn't listening to Shannon's advice, but then everyone hated Shane, so then it's like, did it really matter anymore? But then her channel was still... To be honest with Graveyard Girl, her older videos are so much better. Her old Follow Me Arounds, her old tea vlogs. I don't know why her old tea vlogs are better. I don't know. Just her in that freaking vlog car. Her talking about her weird dreams or her scary stories. That was more fun to watch than whatever the crap she's doing now on her channel. Just my opinion, girl. Anyway, but she had a huge redemption arc for about a few minutes, and then people didn't like her anymore. It was kind of sad. And then people hated her because of the whole Starbucks thing. Honestly, the whole Starbucks rant, I didn't mind that. I always thought she was entitled, so that didn't really faze me. I thought everyone thought she was entitled. I thought that was part of her charm, but apparently everyone woke up and said, she's really entitled. I'm like, didn't you already know that she was an entitled person? Kind of bratty? I thought that was part of her charm, but I don't know. So what? She bitched about Starbucks not getting refills. Is it relatable? No. But it was entertaining. I don't know. I think people were looking for a reason to hate her because she was sort of low-key unlikable anyway. And also the whole thing in the last episode of the series she did with Shane. She made a huge fit because Garrett was trying to scare her, and then Shane put the blame on Garrett when it was Shane's idea, which made Shane look shady, but people didn't realize that until 2 years later. It was a hot mess, girl. It was a hot mess, girl. We still love Garrett, though. Okay, that's great, girl. And then, last but not least, or though kind of least, Jake Paul. So, the reason I'm putting it here is because he had his redemption arc for about 5 seconds when he was doing the documentary with Shane. People kind of hated him after 2017 and his antics, and then of course his brother and the Suicide Forest thing in January 2018, and the whole Paul name became, people hated his dad, Greg, and his mom was cringy, the whole family, everyone hated the Pauls. And then Shane came to save the day, and people kind of liked Jake Paul for about 2 minutes, and then realized that not even Shane can save Jake. And everyone went back to hating Jake about a week later after the series was over. But Shane tried to show a more relatable, kinder side to Jake, and it worked for about a month, maybe a week or two, maybe about 20 seconds. And then Jake was just still scamming his audience and being an asshole, and we were all like, fuck this shit. I will say, Jake was really hot back then. Now, the beard, oof, no. Logan's still hot though, but he's still problematic. But he's hot. Anyway, hotter than Jake. Just keep it real. Logan, okay. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end it here, but that's really some of the reasons why, 2018 will always be an iconic year. When are we gonna have a year in which all these problematic people are all making news at the same time and all going viral at the same time? We're not gonna have that. Call me Debbie Downer. I just don't think we're ever gonna have that again. So whether you like these people or you don't, or you did or you didn't, or you do now, or you think they're relevant or irrelevant now, these people were all relevant at the time and were kicking ass at the time, and some of them are still kicking ass. Trisha is still kicking ass now. Tana's still kicking ass. Jake Paul is now fighting people for a living, so he's kicking ass in more ways than one, I guess. Jake is, what else? James is, canceled on here, but he's relevant on TikTok. So most of these people are sort of relevant on some platform or another. Well, Shane Dawson, anyway. So, I mean, I wish everyone the best. There are people that will always, sort of talk about here and there, and by the time, they're all we could talk about. And we have fond memories watching their videos. Maybe you didn't watch any of these people. Maybe you just stayed clear of all this and you just watched Emma Chamberlain. I didn't talk about her because, yeah, she was relevant back then, but I don't get the appeal of her either, you guys. And I just feel like she's an iconic to me. And I was like, when I think of 2018, I don't think of Emma Chamberlain. Even if she was relevant there and her channel was doing great, Emma Chamberlain is just blah to me. These people, whether you like them or not, were at least sort of entertaining. Emma Chamberlain, for me, is as bland as chewing gum after it's lost its taste. Just keeping it around. She was relatable in her early vlogs, then she became unrelatable when she moved to LA and became famous. And the same as Lisa Koshy. I don't get the thing. She's kind of funny. Sorry, I keep slapping my thighs. She's kind of funny, Lisa Koshy, but it's like, she's kind of, I don't know. I don't like her either. I just don't. I know I'm in the minority because everyone loves Lisa Koshy. I never understood that either. I don't get these people, why they're famous. Liza, Emma Chamberlain is just like this boring, basic tomboy who's like, I don't care. Sorry, Emma, don't care. Didn't then, don't now. And she's famous. Why is she famous? I don't get it. And Liza Koshy, she's famous now, hugely famous, but why? I don't get it. Like Gypsy Rose Blanchard. This is totally random, but why the fuck? I know why she's famous, but can we not make her famous again? Because like, that woman, why is Gypsy Rose Blanchard? This could be another video completely. Now I'm just rambling here, but why is Gypsy Rose Blanchard famous? Why did we make her famous? She killed her mother. I know her mother was horrible, but she didn't have to kill her. Why'd you kill her? You're a murderer. I don't care what you've done afterwards, you'll always be a murderer. And if you're a murderer, you shouldn't be famous. And that's just my That's on period. You know what I mean? That's on period. Like, why be making a murderer famous? I don't care how much extreme makeovers you have done and how much you did your jail sentence and you paid for your crime, but you still killed your mother, and everyone's like, oh my god, I love you, girl. She's a fucking murderer. Yeah, she did her jail time and she's free, but why does she have her own show? Why is she all over why is she famous? Like, Gypsy, no. You killed your mom. That's all I have to know. You killed your mom. I don't care why you did or if you think it's justified or not. Murdering somebody is never justified. I don't care how evil they are. It's never justified. She killed her mother. She's a psychopath. She shouldn't be famous. But that's just my little tea on that. I know that's not 2018, but I thought I would talk about that because I was going to do a video about that. But I'm doing it here too. Why not? Let's make this video 1 hour long. Anyway, Gypsy Rose Blanchard. No. Just no. Let's not make her famous anymore. Like, no. And Lifetime, why does she have her own show? She's not even interesting. She's pathetic. And she's a murderer. She's a murderer! What the fuck? Anyway, you guys, that's the tea. That's on period. That's my opinions. What are your opinions on everything I said in the comments below? Like, subscribe, and yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thank you for subscribing. Until next time. Bye, guys.